Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Kesubos daf Samach Zayin, number 67. I want to talk about something really important today in today's daf. Today's daf deals with staka. Um, the Gemara talks about two different types of people, um, which really is a pasuk, Havei Tabitem. We should give it to someone as a loan. It's a mitzvah to give a loan to people. Um, so the Gemara talks about two different types of people in the wide lines over here. Tana Rabbanan. Second wide line. Ein lo ve'ein rotza lisparnes. Simultaneous on base. Ein rotza lisparnes. Nosan l'shum alva. Chosr nosan l'shum matana. If he's ein lo, meaning he has no money, seeming, I'm just going to give article translation. He has no money. Ve'ein rotza lisparnes. A lot of people, they're very poor, but they're too embarrassed to take from charity. So how do you get this guy money? So you give him nosan l'shum halva. You say, okay, take it as a loan, repay the loan, and then when he can't repay the loan, obviously, you say, don't worry, it's a matana over here. The other opinion also is just, to make it more easy for him to take. You originally suggested the matana to show that the money is available, and then you offer it as a loan, and then you don't ask for repayment because he deserves money. He doesn't have any money. And there's a second case, the Gemara says, 2 lines later, Yesh lo en rosa leisparnes. If he, I'm going to translate it, let me translate exactly what the article says, just so that it's clear. Let's see what the article says. Where is it? Here, regarding one who has the means to support himself but does not want to support himself. That's how they translate it. He has the means to mean he's a rich guy, or he has sufficient funds in the bank, but he doesn't wish. The article is wishing instead to be supported by charity funds. That is, he afflicts himself with starvation rather than spend his own money on food. He refuses to spend his money. He wants to have a nice bank account. He wants to have funds for retirement. So he won't buy even bread in the store. What do you do for that guy? So the Gemara says there's two opinions in the Tanaim. One opinion is you give it to him and you collect from his heirs after he dies. The other opinion is you don't even need skakal. You don't even deal with such a guy like that. He's a crazy lunatic. You say, go to the store and buy food. I mean, you have the money in the bank, That's the way our school translates. Now, the problem with this translation is that in the translation of Ein Lo Ein Rotza Leisparnes, meaning our school translates Ein Lo Ein Rotza Leisparnes means he does not have the means to support himself, but he's not when he's supported by the charity fund, right? Ein Rotza Leisparnes is talking about from the tzedakah, the kupot tzedakah, from the charity fund, right? When Yesh Lo Ein Rotza Leisparnes, it means he has money. He doesn't want to Leisparnes from his own funds, right? I would rather say Ein Rotza Leisparnes is talking about from the same source, either his funds or the charity funds. For that reason, I have a different shot in this Gemara, which makes a lot of sense to me. Ein Lo Ein Rotza Leisparnes is talking about someone, not just he doesn't have money, he can't provide a living for himself. For example, he's disabled. He has psychiatric problems. He's unable to get a job. He's unable to work. Ein Rotza Leisparnes, but he's embarrassed to take from tzedakah. Okay, so in that case, right, it's not his fault. So he's still embarrassed. So you try to get it to him. You give it to him as alva. You don't demand repayment. The case of Yesh Lo Ein Rotza Leisparnes, it's hard for me to imagine people that have money and they won't even buy bread with that money. They have sufficient funds in the bank. They won't even buy bread. They have a lot of money. They won't buy bread. It doesn't make so much sense to me. It seems to me Yesh Lo means someone who could make a living. They're able-bodied. There's nothing wrong with them. They could make a living. Ve'ena rotza leisparnes. He doesn't want to earn a living. Ein rotza leisparnes. Okay, according to my explanation, also Ein rotza leisparnes is going on himself, not going on the charity fund. But he doesn't want to get a job. That's what it's talking about. So listen, that's what I would explain. Yesh lo ein rotza leisparnes. He has the ability to work, because the whole premise to me doesn't make sense that he has money in the bank. But is there anyone like that? They have sufficient funds, they have a good job, they have money in the bank, and they won't go to the grocery store and at least buy bread and water? I mean, you got to be crazy. If you have a wife, kids, of course you're going to do that. Yesh Lo Ein Rotza Leisparnes, to me, makes a lot more sense that he's able-bodied, he could work. He says, I don't want to. I want to be in kollel my whole life. I just want to learn my whole life. That's what the Gemara is saying. So, no l'shum matana, v'chozer niframid. You give it as a present, right? He's willing to take a present. People in kollel are willing to take any funds, any presents people will give them. And nifram meno achar misa, I mean, presumably, I mean, the halacha is you take it out from his heirs' inheritance, but it's not really fair to the heirs of this person. So I would like to suggest a more of a, I don't know, sadistic, a more of a, I don't know, vindicative. The Gemara is saying is that they pay you back after you die. You live your whole life on chesed, take matanas from everybody. That's what kol lifestyle is, really. People who live a kol lifestyle, and they just say, I'm only going to learn. I'm able to work. I'm only going to learn. So you'll get a lot of matanas, and you'll say, Kadosh Baruch Hu gave. It's matana from Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu gives me what I need, Really, the reality is a lot of times you have to go ask for tzedakah from people. You go to America to collect tzedakah, or the Rosh Hashiva goes to America to collect tzedakah and gives it out to the Avreichim. It's all tzedakah money that you're taking. You're getting matanas from people. That's what you're doing. These people are not embarrassed. They'll take matanas. They'll take the kol stipend that they're getting. They're not embarrassed about this, and they'll live their whole life. So they have to go to gemachs to get loans. They'll take they ask relatives to give them money, because ultimately everyone has expenses in life. You have a lot of children, a lot of expenses, a lot of weddings to marry off your kids. So you're gonna take a lot of matanas, and after death they're gonna pay you back. And the other opinion is just ein iskakin, though. You don't even deal with these people. You don't even give them matanas. Maybe Kadosh Baruch will arrange that they'll be able to get through life somehow. But anyway, the Gemara is saying it's a very bad thing, that ein lo and also this parnis. Unfortunately, there are people that can't work. There are people there's welfare, there's social welfare in all countries. They have a system to deal with people that can't work. Ein lo and also this parnis. And it's just those people that are disabled. They really would want to work if they could. They're embarrassed to take money. Some of them are not, but in general, there are people that would be embarrassed because maybe they were able-bodied and now they're disabled, or now they're old age, they can't work. And they were very proud when they were younger. People who worked their whole lives and then they can't work anymore are very proud people. They don't want to take tzedakah, so you have to find a way to give it to them because they deserve the money. People who are able-bodied and decide not to work is they think the mitzvah is just to sit and learn for the rest of their life and take tzedakah from everybody. Choser and even ifra and la'achar misa, they pay you back after death. It's not a good idea to do this. The other opinion is that you don't even deal with these people. People come to your house for tzedakah. You don't deal with these people. Call them, shut them down. You can learn in kollel, fine. You learn in kollel as long as you have a nice Yerusha. Your parents have you a nice Yerusha, you have a nice house, you have all your needs met, but just sit and make your family poor, your family in debt, your kids poor, your wife poor, neglect the basic halachas of the ksuba, right? You have to give your wife at least what she was accustomed to or you were accustomed to. You have to give her things that she enjoys. To live a kol lifestyle is not the answer. I think that's what the reference to this Gemara is over here. People that refuse to earn a living, it's a mistake. If you have no money, if you have some arrangement, but even if you're going to enter a marriage and demand, an apartment here in Israel, or demand in America that your rich father-in-law should support you, it never ends up well. When supported by somebody else and get an apartment from somebody else, you are indebted to that person the rest of your life. Eved lo v'lish malveh, you're indebted. You'll never have a normal relationship with your father-in-law or your parents if they support you. It'll be a strange relationship just based on money, and you'll be angry at them. They don't give you more money, and they'll be angry at you that you're just living off of them. You're always asking for more money. It's a terrible way to live life, in my opinion. You should try to earn money as best as you can. Use your talents, your strengths to earn money, but that's what you should be doing. That's my opinion. Hope you enjoy. See you in the next one.